Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Yevamot page 104, which continues to discuss many of the details of the ceremony known as chalitza, in a case where a woman's husband dies and they're childless. Instead of doing yibum and marrying his brother, chalitza can be performed. And there's basically three different things that are done in the ceremony. She will remove his right shoe. She also spits in his direction. And also she recites various sentences and verses from the Torah. This is the process of doing chalitza. And on this, the Talmud here wonders if, let's say, one misses out doing any of these three, whether it's an issue or the chalitza is not valid. And everyone holds, certainly if you did not take off the shoe, which is the main idea of what's happening, in that situation, certainly it's not a valid chalitza. Even if you would have done the spitting and the reading, everyone holds it's not a chalitza if you didn't take off the shoe. In the event that you took off the shoe and you made the declaration, you did the reading, but you didn't do the spitting, this actually is a dispute whether or not that's valid. However, everyone says that if you did the actions correctly, you took off the shoe, and you did the spitting, however, you didn't actually read any of these statements, you didn't say anything, you were completely silenced in the entire process, on this, everyone says it's still a good chalitza, which is actually quite fascinating, because it says if you have an individual who is an elam, namely someone who is mute, someone who is physically incapable of speaking for whatever reason, that individual is not allowed to do chalitza. That chalitza will not be valid. And the question is, why not? If in fact you don't have to say anything and it's still a valid chalitza, why would we exclude this individual who is a mute from being able to perform chalitza? And then this, the Talmud here, as in many other places, makes the very fascinating distinction. He says that there is a difference when it comes to where a person is able to do something, but they just don't do it. In that situation, we say, okay, it's all right. Even if you didn't do it, it's okay. Because you were capable of doing it, we're going to let it slide. However, when it comes to an individual who is absolutely physically incapable of speaking, that already makes it more problematic. And this is a concept that is derived in numerous other sources and other places throughout the Talmud that makes this fascinating distinction, which perhaps we can also derive for our own lives. There are many things that we can do, and the reality is we may decide not to do them. And hopefully one day you will. And therefore, the very fact that you have the ability to do something, even though you don't, you are at least one step closer than the individual who unfortunately is incapable of ever being able to get to that next level. So the fact that you have the ability to do something, even though you choose not to, that at least already is a step in the right direction. And that should be encouraging that perhaps by doing so, you'll be able to move forward and to be able to get to the next level.